Oh, Joshua, it's been a long time since I last saw you. It's good to see you again too, Professor. Although speaking of the last time I heard, there's a plan in motion to pull up Liber Arc from the lake and investigate it. You heard right, it'll be carried out in junction with the Royal Army. That's not to say it'll be easy, of course. Valeria Lake's fairly deep, so we can't start hauling up bits of the city all willy-nilly. So we're intending to work on making a map of the lake's bottom using a sonar first. Which is going to take some time as it is. You were able to make it, Richard. Thanks to Brigadier General Bright's generosity, yes. I've received an official pardon from Her Majesty for my actions. Probably for foiling the Society's attack on Grand Cell, right? That's good news, I'm happy for you. I wish I could say the same, but I don't feel as though I deserve to be pardoned at all. Now that the nation's at peace, I feel this is the time I should be facing up to my crimes, not having them swept under the rug. I can't say I don't understand, but still. Please, Joshua, you needn't look so concerned. I have no intention of refusing Her Majesty's kindness or going against her will. I merely feel a strong desire to settle things within myself, and I fully intend on following through. That's all. Alright then. I heard the academy was actually occupied by armed assailants at one point. I was so worried when I first heard the news. Who do I have to talk to move on? Maybe... Greetings, Joshua. I'd like to take this chance to thank you again for all your team did to thwart Ouroboros' schemes of return peace to Liberl. The debt of gratitude we owe is beyond measure. Please, you're exaggerating, sir. We may have been the ones who entered the Liber Arc, but we wouldn't have had the chance of success if we were on our own. It was only because of you, Richard, Kurt, and the others fighting underground that we were able to succeed. We could certainly say the same about you, though, although it is true that none of us could have brought about peace alone. Still, I've been wanting the chance to thank you personally for all you did. The fate we had in you to see your work through to the end was just what we needed to fight. Cassius, yeah, it's Cassius. Ah, Joshua. I'm surprised to see you here, Dad. I thought you said over the phone you wouldn't be able to attend because you were so swamped. Oh, well, swamped is an understatement. Transporting goods needed to get the country back in order, making sure every area has all the utilities it needs. I'm drowning in work. It's gonna take a while longer before we could say Liberl is back to normal too, I fear. Come to think of it, Estelle and I certainly didn't expect to find soldiers even in Liberl's smaller villages, so it threw us off to see as much while we were helping out where we could. It doesn't come as a surprise if you're the one responsible, though. It shouldn't go a long way toward helping people feel at ease. It's times like these when we've got to do all we can for one another, and the army's no different. With Arabonia and Calvard's internal political situations a mystery to us, the reorganization of the army has had to be shelved for now, too. Still, no matter how busy a man is, everyone needs to kick back in a while. So make sure you make the most of it tonight, Joshua. I think you need to kick back more than I do, Dad. Estelle's been pretty worried about you, you know. There's no need to worry about me. I'm hanging in there. In fact, I'd say I'm taking it too easy. Alright, now can I move on the game? Yeah, okay. Okay, I think that's about everyone now. There were a few people I didn't get to talk to, though, so hopefully I can make another round of the party later once they're free. Ah, here we go. Come on, Dorothy, we're talking to the military guys next. Gonna move on, woman. We haven't got all day. Niall, I don't feel too good. My stomach feels like a giant bottle of water. That's what happens when you drink way too much in a short period of time, you idiot. Never mind that, we've got work to do. Okay. Joshua? Hey, Chloe. Finally got a break, huh? It must be exhausting having to do one interview after another. Well, I suppose it is a little. Not too bad, though. I've had to do a lot more of them ever since becoming a crown princess, so I'm starting to get used to them. I can believe it. Feels like I've been seeing your face in all kinds of papers and magazines lately. I think anyone would learn to adjust after a while. Well, you know. It probably won't be too long before it starts to die down, so just hang in there. All you can really do is grit and bear it until then, unfortunately. Yeah, I know. That's exactly what I intend to do, too. I swore to myself that I would do all I could to help and protect this country's people. Accepting a few interviews here and there is the easy part. Well, if you say so, you really are strong. I'm not so sure about that. I still feel as if I'm doubting myself a lot of the time. Like I just have to keep on going out of my comfort zone, feeling reckless with every push. Maybe so. Still doesn't change the fact that you're so strong, not to me anyway. I remember the strength you showed trying to protect Clem when we first met too. Thanks. I nearly forgot about that too. Maybe now would be the best time after all. Something on your mind, Kloe? Could I have a little of your time, Joshua? I've got something I want to say to you. Sure, okay. This way then. Is it just me or does she seem kind of bothered by something? Where's Estelle right now, anyway? Oh my word. I got stomachs to spare! Oh, she's picking up her pace. This could get interesting. Whose side are you on, anyway? I guess I can leave her as she is for now. She seems pretty occupied. Should go and see what Kloe wants then. Have I done something to make her angry, though? I don't feel like I have. So, Kloe, what was it you wanted to tell me? Look, if I've done something to offend you, I'm sorry, alright? I love you, Joshua. Yeah, I was gonna say, Kloe did talk about that one time in SC where she's like, oh yeah, I have a crush on Joshua. What? Well... I'm sorry. I'm happy you feel that way, but... Don't worry, I knew exactly how you were gonna respond before I said anything. I just felt like I had to get that out before I could really start moving on. The sky sure is beautiful tonight, isn't it? Oh my. How long have you, well, felt that way? Say, Joshua, if you had met me before Estelle, do you think you would have, well... No, I'm pretty sure that would never happen. Sorry. I told you, don't worry. I can't deny there's a part of me that wants to keep you all to myself. But even if that were possible, I don't think it would be what I truly want. Because when it comes down to it, I really love both you and Estelle. That's partly why I wanted to see that troubled face of yours one last time. It was worth the effort to bring out, too. That was probably the best expression I've seen to date. You can be kind of a bully sometimes, you know that? Maybe this feels like the most fun I've had in some time. So, what's on your mind, Joshua? What? I can easily tell you're worried about something. My instincts are quite sharp, or so I'd like to believe. Besides, I was watching you the whole time I was handling the interview earlier. Oh, how exactly am I supposed to take that? Still, you're hiding something, aren't you? Are you planning on doing something all on your own again? Your instincts are sharp, alright. Estelle surprises me from time to time, but you're definitely up there. Well, that's just how us girls are. So come on, tell me what's troubling you. Something that major, really. I intend to leave Laburo by the end of the month. But why? The country is finally at peace now. That's exactly why I think it's the right time. Ouroboros seems to have completely withdrawn from the country, and restoration efforts are coming along smoothly. So maybe it's time for me to leave on a journey of my own. It's taken me a long time to get this far. But I've finally been able to start thinking of myself as a person and not some kind of broken doll. I was finally able to achieve the very thing everyone wanted from me. That's been both a good thing and a bad thing. Good in that I finally feel human, bad in that my heart's been aching in a way it never did before. Broken dolls can easily look away from all the terrible things they've done, but I can't do that anymore. That's why I need to go on this journey around the continent, so I can work towards atoning for all that I've done. So I can start embracing the person I am now, in the truest sense of the word. I see. But if you do that, that means you won't be able to see Estelle for a while. Yeah, I know. It might not even be for a while, it could be a long time. I'm still not sure how to break that to her either. That's the part that's on my mind right now. You still got a lot of growing up to do, young man. Huh? If you ask me, you should just tell her in the way that comes most naturally to you. You don't have to write some big speech in your head in advance. Speak to her from your heart. You believe in her, don't you? No matter how you phrase it, she'll understand. All you have to do is get those words out there. I was under the impression that, like, Estelle and Joshua, like, went together. Or maybe Joshua just doesn't expect Estelle to go with him or something. You owe that much to her if you love her. You know that, right? Yeah, I do. I really am hopeless, aren't I? You shouldn't have to tell me something that obvious. You wouldn't be you if I didn't tell you. If I didn't have to tell you. Plus, that kind of thing's part of why I love you too. Please stop teasing me. Just remember, it'll be okay. If anyone knows you, it's Estelle. Although if you ask me, she'll... Joshua, where are you? Oh gee, I wonder who... Ah, there you are. Look at these. They're Josette's goggles. I took them from her as a spoils of war. Good for you. He did say Estelle get back. Yeah, that too. When he said Estelle get back, I thought of it as like he and Estelle were together. I'm glad you were having fun, Estelle. Make sure you give those back to Josette later. Also, at the end of Sky, like, is this before, like, I mean, this is after the Liber Arc collapses, obviously, but, like, there's a scene in Sky 2 that plays as, like, the final scene in the game. They're talking at, the grave or whatever, Estelle and Joshua, and they have that really nice imagery. What if this is, like, before that, but after the Liber Arc collapses? Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Tune in next week's issue to find out. Wait, hold on. Kloe. I suppose it's about time I return to the banquet now. You can have Joshua back now, Estelle. Sure. Hey, Kloe. So, I'm not sure how to best put this either, but... Thanks. I'm glad I was able to talk to you like this. Really, I am. Oh, you're very welcome. Well then, I wish you both a pleasant night. Well, the heck? So, Joshua, what did you two, you know, talk about? Oh, nothing much. She just gave me a bit of much-needed motivation. Oh, really? That sure clears things up. It's been 5 years and Estelle has believed in me for every single one. And I believe in her too. Ah, no it doesn't. What motivation? Estelle, I've got something I need to tell you. I'm all ears, what's up? Oh, you see? Oh. The way I see it, that's very nice. The way I see it is... Never mind. Wow, fireworks, they're so pretty. I have to read this text fast. There's so many of them, too. See, Estelle? Oh yeah, it's the end. Alright. The way I see it is... The way I see it is that they destroy the Liber Arc collapses, they escape the Liber Arc. That what sounds like what makes sense to me is the banquet happens after the Liber Arc collapses, but before the scene at the grave. Because I remember in the ending of Sky 2, they talk about going on a journey together. And that's the whole, like, message, and then they have a really nice image. So I think that's probably how it goes.
Understood.
But I don't know if that's actually how it goes, but that's my assumption. Based on how that scene was portrayed, that would make the most sense. Also, does it have like a check mark on doors you've done? Surely if I try to do the door again, it'll just be like, oh, you've done this. You've done this. Which door was it I had to go to? Oh, I want to go back to the star door. Maybe Mueller and Julia can open it. No check mark? Really annoying. So I'll have to remember which doors I've done. That shouldn't be too hard, though. It should work, then. I didn't realize... It took me a while to realize this was 2 people. Also, I thought I came here with Julia and Mueller. But I guess not. I shall grant to you a memory fragment and my blessing. Roughly 2 months after the crisis that struck Liberal came to an end. That concludes my report on all that transpired here 2 months prior. I really can't thank you enough for your above and beyond efforts, Captain. Bringing an end to the chaos and restoring hope to its people was no easy task. You should truly be proud of yourself. Your Majesty, please. I've done nothing to deserve such praise. I would beg to differ, and that's why I want to thank you on behalf of everyone in Liberal's citizens. Not only did you ensure our safety, you went from place to place aiding in the restoration as well. Now you continue to be just as busy serving as the leader of the Royal Guard. You deserve all the thanks you get. I really am proud of you, Captain Schwartz. I'm honored, Your Majesty. I believe I'll be able to formally present you with at least 1 medal for your achievements at a later date, too. General Morgan seems to think a promotion is almost assured as well. I'm looking forward to seeing what the future holds in store for you. But Your Majesty, I must object. The only reason this crisis was resolved at all was because of the efforts of countless people, all of whom gave their all for Liberal's sake. My contribution was but a minor part of a much, much greater whole. I don't feel it would be appropriate for me to be receiving medals or promotions. Captain, I agree that countless people contributed to achieving the peace that we have now. Everyone who fought, who tried to protect their loved ones, and who endured the suffering they faced contributed in some way. But I believe it's clear to everyone that without the Arsail, the crisis would not have seen the conclusion that it did. And the one who commanded the Arsail was you. Be that as it may, medals are one thing, but I couldn't possibly consider accepting a promotion. I feel as though I barely spent all that much time in my current position, so assuming one with even greater responsibility would be, there's no need to be so modest. In my opinion, you've accomplished much more in your current position than you seem to believe you have. Actually, Captain, I'd like to propose that you take the rest of today off. How would you feel about that? May I ask why, Your Majesty? I'm not sure I quite understand. As I mentioned, I want to show my thanks to you for all you did, and I believe there to be better ways to do that than formal meetings like these. You certainly deserve some rest too, given how exhausting going back and forth between military HQ and the castle practically every day must be. I've ever been receiving requests from members of the Royal Guard saying that they would like for you to take a small break as well. Terribly sorry that you had to listen to such complaints, Your Majesty. It was certainly not my intent that you should be troubled so. So was it? Lux? Leon? It could easily be both, knowing them. I'm used to them telling me as much every time they see me, but I cannot believe they chose to bother Her Majesty with the issue. As such, I would like for you to take the remainder of the day and use it to relax. That way, you can return to your duties tomorrow feeling refreshed and ready to work for the good of this nation anew. Very well. If that's your wish, Your Majesty. I, Captain Julia Schwartz of the Royal Guard, accept your proposal and shall take leave of my duties for the remainder of the day.